Hey guys, today I'm working on our what I believe to be early 60s Ford truck. It's an F350 with a grain box on it. I think it has a 350 badge on it here. Ford 3, oh that means it's a 1 ton. But today I want to try and get this thing running and driven out of here, and I'm hoping we can do something cool with it later on. But today I'd like to get it running and maybe drive it out of this spot. So this is our, probably what was the first grain truck on our yard. I'd have to ask Dad what was the story with this thing, where it came from and such. But all I know is it's been around as long as I remember, and it's been sitting in this exact spot almost as long as I remember as well. I do remember it running. I know it has some kind of engine issue, I believe a cracked head, but that shouldn't stop us from getting it running long enough to drive it out of here. I'm not sure what year it is. You guys can comment down below what year it is, or I can figure it out. But I thought it would be pretty fun to get this thing fired up and out of this spot. It's a manual. And this window was left down. Beds. 4-speed, I do believe. And no radio. Pretty bare bones, I think. Crank windows, obviously. Yeah, just a work grain hauling truck. One bummer is that the key is for some reason gone, which makes no sense because we don't take keys out of hardly anything, but it's not there. Maybe it's somewhere in here. I have not been able to get the glove box open, but I'm also not sure how it's supposed to open. So that would maybe tell us what year it is if we could find the registration. But and I think it got some grain on the roof a time or two, because that's a bit caved in and such. But we'll get after it here and see what we can get going here. We'll get this open up here and see what we're working with here. That's great. Put water right into the carburetor. That screw is seized on. There is a battery that's older than the hills. Top rad hose is just gone, which may have something to do with the head being cracked or something. If something going on with the water system. Just for curiosity's sake, what's going on here? Did I look the other way? There's some fluid in the front, doesn't look nice, and none in the back. I'm not too worried about brakes right now. It's just sitting in our own yard here, so. Okay, well, let's make sure it rotates. Let's see here. Okay. Ow. Not too bad. Ow. Well, it's actually worked turning pretty good. Oh, got a hard spot. Can't. Some spots you can turn it without tightening holding tension on the belt, but mostly you can't. So it's not turning overly easy, but I don't think that's too bad at all. So I think I want to go right to putting the booster pack on here. Trouble is going to be we don't have a key, and I'm also not seeing a ground wire. Positive going on here, but where is our ground? In case you guys are wondering, I know nothing about this here rig, and I've hardly ever worked with a carburetor or anything, to be honest. So you'll have to bear with me. But this is, oh, here, is that supposed to be the ground? No. That's some other wire that the sheathing is stripped off. Okay, well, I'll see what I can find then. Well, I went to another truck sitting out here that I knew had a decent ground wire, and I stole it. So hopefully that'll work. Nice, same size branch that it was on the other truck. I don't know where the ground wire is supposed to go, but I should be able to just put it to this alternator bracket, I think. Wonder if somebody robbed it from this truck. I don't think I'm that blind that I wouldn't see the ground wire. But that has happened before. This seems to be pulling pretty hard like this. Right, the chances of it actually connecting good, I don't know. Not great. Probably should go find a wire brush, but I think we're just gonna toss it on there. The goal here with this one is not, I don't think this truck is gonna stay on this body, I guess, is kind of my plan. So, or frame. Anyways, the goal isn't to try and get everything all fixed. I just want to get it running and get it out of here. And it would just be cool to see it run again too if I never get to anything else on it. Yeah, at least we got it running, but we'll see what we do. I guess we'll put that there. Yeah, I kind of have half an idea of what I'd like to do with this truck, but whether I'll actually get there, or if we do something else, that we'll see. One big problem is going to be that we do not have a key. Which doesn't make any sense to me. I don't remember there not being a key on this thing, but of course this is going to say, yeah, there's nothing going on. The problem with these booster packs is you have to convince them to do something. Yep, there we go. Oh, it decided it doesn't want to do anything. Oh, maybe. Well, it'd be nice to test and see if we have power, but can't because we don't have a key. Maybe I'll have to do some more looking for a key. I'm gonna grab a test light and see what we can do. There's power to there. Obviously not to there because that would. Problem is these posts are on opposite sides, so I actually need a wire to jump that. I can't jump it with just a... I'd like to see the starter turn this thing over. I guess we should pull the dipstick. Might be a good idea. Let's see here if we can actually get this to focus. Right there, right on the full line, or right below. Ow! Oh my, it doesn't look like it's black, but... Well... Should probably get a better battery that'll actually do something. But I'd like to see this thing crank. Alright. Ran down to the shop and got a battery. Found my battery. My brother had snagged it and used it for something else this morning. Or today. So I was like, where did it go? It's all good. I just didn't know where it was. So let's see. Yep, of course, that's just going to turn on that end. Ooh, man, this is crusty. All right, I think we're going to forget the bolt and see if she'll just come off. Ooh, I should have brought some WD-40 for a thing or two here that are super. I didn't tighten it, did I? I couldn't have. I didn't have a wrench. It's nice. These Fords have a tray here where to put your tools because you're going to be working on it. Look at the corrosion underneath there. Seems like it should actually go that way. Somebody had it on the other way to make it tighter or something. What I didn't find was a wire to connect these two sides here and crank it over. Maybe I'll have to do some more digging in the cab and see if I can find the key. Let me do that. I'll get back to you. Well, no key was found, but I had thought of maybe this wrench would reach across both sides, but it's way too small. But what if we try... Let's try him. Might have to pull. Maybe we got to take this here. Huh, I think I touched the frame there, but it didn't seem to spark. So hoping just by loosening this off and moving it around, maybe we'll get a better connection. I need a fancy button to jump the solenoid, but not quite that advanced here yet. Of course they use a different size wrench, why wouldn't they? No, we could just, how does that work? Could I just take this wire and touch it to that one and see what happens? Or do I actually need the solenoid to do stuff? I think that would run the starter, why wouldn't it? Let's try that. How long is this wire? Alright, there. I think they should run the starter. So I was trying to... I should go right to the starter while I'm on. What am I missing? Is there another wire that goes to the starter? Any bad connection on the starter? Ooh. Doesn't seem to be. That's just welding. That starter does not want to go. Obviously we got a bad connection going to this battery terminal because, oh, I remember now what I was going to do. I was going to take my knife and see here. That's not really going to change that at all, but still making a bad connection here, but Yeah, I'm really not sure what to do here now. I need to take that all apart and clean all those connections up, but part of the issue now is that starter is not wanting to go because this is just arcing and welding here. So could try and tap on the starter. Can't really get in there too good. So I need to get this up so I can get underneath there. Try and get the truck in here with the air compressor, or the tires up, or bring the jack over here and jack up on it. Because it spins over. That way it does. I think it's supposed to go this way. Just because of the way that it is, it's not. It's the wrong part of the belt tension. Anyways, I can turn it over, so it's not that it's trying. It's not that it's stuck. The starter itself is stuck. So somehow I got to get to that starter and tap on it or something. So maybe I'll grab a jack here and see what we can do. So I've got the jack underneath the cross member. I'm not really sure if I should jack on there, but have a look here and see what's. You could almost get underneath the axle, but I do have some blocking here in the truck. Oh, that will be fine on the cross member. Maybe I can block the axle up or something. The tires came out of their holes. Gotta see if I can get them blocking underneath that axle or something. No. 4x4s. Should have got more. I guess I could just do the one side. I can try and go higher. To have some underneath there now if it does go over. Slipping on there, but yeah, just enough room there. Should work hopefully. That's gonna lean over, ain't it? Now maybe I can get through. All these trees are in my way. Let's see here what. Sure, just stab me in the neck. That'll be great. Nope, that tire isn't moving. There's a tire laying on this side of the truck. That's frozen in the ground because we live in Canada. Luckily, it's just balmy. I don't know what it is, 5 or warmer, 10 degrees. I don't know what it is outside. Definitely warmer than we usually get around here. hoping I could crawl in there while I can, but here again is. And see how long this truck has been sitting here. Oh! Back out trying to break trees. Could go get the sawzall, but that takes more time. Okay, let me grab a topper. Okay, I've got a starter fixer here. See if I can crawl in here. Looks like somebody's replaced on this thing before. Oh, they freed the wheel up. Isn't that great? It says 12 V's on it. That's good. I can get to the connection here too if we decide we need to take that off and clean it up. Okay. That's funny. No connection getting there, really. But I'd keep tapping on it, or yeah, I can tap on it better. I didn't get in there very nicely. I reached it, but not very. Wasn't at a great angle. Let's make sure this doesn't fall off. Yeah, I reached it, but it wasn't at a great angle. I should get down here a little more. Hey, I actually put it on blocks, and I didn't just leave it on the jack like I would probably normally do. I don't really know for starters why this would. Let's just start to rust a little bit on me. This cab might be usable yet. Let's see if I can actually get from the block. Just going in with it. Yeah. Oh! Hey, there we go. It's just a bad connection. Doesn't sound like the most consistent crank ever, but still no good connection there. Might need a what in the world? Maybe it isn't the starter, but I'm like welding on the battery terminal, and then eventually it kind of goes. So I kind of need to clean this battery terminal up. I need to go find a new connector, but maybe I can limp this one. What's that? 7/16. Well, let me grab a couple things here. Okay, so I found a file in my toolbox and a 7/16 wrench here. Oh, obviously I have wrenches, but let's see here if we can. Oh, I guess I have some blood going on here. I was hoping that I could pull this apart. Yeah, I think we need a whole new connector. Well, a whole new wire would be nice. Whole new positive wire. Well, maybe I'm gonna run down and see what else I can find here to make this whole department here work a little better. Didn't sound the most even cranking, but hopefully it runs. It'll be fun. Okay, I'll be back. Alright. I found a battery cable and a connector, which I'm hoping, well, let's see here, is it a, oh, it's gonna fit. Good deal. Is that the right size? Kinda, sorta. Not really. Metric, maybe? Oh. Couldn't be. Just loose on there with this wrench. That's working, so whatever. Oh, I did not grab a wire brush. That would have been real smart. Clean this connection up here at the solenoid, but now, to prevent people from stealing our high-class outfit, we're going to put a black wire on the positive. Because I'm so worried about people stealing this thing. Yeah, let's get that side on first. I did wire wheel this, the connectors on the end of this wire when I was in the shop. So hopefully that'll make up for the bad connection on the truck side. We shall see, though. Let's get this side on. Alright. Try to tighten that up as much as possible. And then, what did I? And of course, this wire is also old, but it's the one I found. So. That doesn't seem like a great connection now that I'm. Ah, but that's way better. You have an open cylinder? Cool. That's double as better. Progress is being made. So, then we can cross this in the bush. We won't do that. But. I did see behind the seat of the truck, there's some new belts there. I don't know what else there were, but there were some parts there. It's kind of cool. So, one of these connectors coming into the solenoid should be, would one be key power going out and one in? Could that be the case? How does that work? Something has to, power has to go to the key, and power also has to, oh, I see, this could be your, this is the main power here, I think, going out. Just trying to figure out how we're actually going to get spark going on here. Now, I don't know these old Fords. I don't know this color is that or this color is the other thing. I have no idea. But how are we going to figure that out? I need a jumper wire, which of course I did not remember to bring. But would the test light work as such thing? I don't really know what this is accomplishing, what I'm doing here, but this is, that's interesting. That may well be going to the distributor if that's, scared myself. I feel like this will, other wire here is the spark. Really, I need to pull a plug. Looks like a big socket. Don't even know if I have those with me. I'm hoping I got the right thing here to remove on the spark plug. Let's see. Couldn't find it. Of course, I didn't have a 13/16 deep socket. But I do have a 21, which seems to be about the same. It's come loose, so. I'd also just like to hear this thing spark off a little bit. Get some spark. Dump something down the top, maybe it'll. If these things will even spark. Do some emery cloth in the truck. Okay. Where's this wire going to reach here? Let's see if I can. The holders are all still holding. Isn't that nice? I was hoping this would almost reach the ground here. That might ground. My thinking is if I, maybe this test light will give enough so that's a, well, the problem is I don't really want to hold on to this here thing. No, of course not. I just need a real jumper wire and problem is I'm trying to jump stuff with my test light. Well, then I don't have a test light. That hurts. The light's right into my head. I'm good trying to figure out actually what wire I'm anywhere to go. So, oh, that's red wire coming out of there, and that's not. Oh, there's red wire coming in here. Oh. Yeah, catch that on some random wires. That'll help. I need to get this out of the way, but this screw on there is seized. I gotta go find some spray for that. Well, all I could find in this truck I have here is some brake clean with no top. Oh, that's something. Not really what brake clean's for, but should probably let that soak in. But I gotta get going here. There we go. Ain't got all day. Get on to some other things. What should I? Don't really have much of a thought process here on the spark situation. I also still really wish we still had a key. That can't be helped. Okay. Let's see here. There's most messes in here. Probably should have done this before I started cranking them. Alright. What in the world? How does this come off? Can't be that hard. Or is it? No, it's supposed to come off. Maybe you're just supposed to take the cover off, not the whole thing. Okay, there's only mouse. There's only garbage on the outside of the filter. Well, that's good. I was kind of hoping we could get this out of the way. I should have brought the vacuum there. Well, pick it up like that a little bit. I really need to find a jumper wire. Actually, that cap looks pretty good, according to my uneducated opinion. Oh, just happening there. So I have the right wire. See, I see that? Oh yeah, you guys can see that if I do. Kind of what I figured was going on. Okay. So those points there are working. So what I need to find is an actual real jumper wire for that. Or I just need to energize the... I need to energize whichever one. Probably this other one is your key power. I need to energize that, and then that solenoid will be working like I want it to. So, and then we might have spark here because of these. This cap here. It should come off, right? I don't know. Thinking though, if I file this a bit, hopefully that'll work better or something like that. I think with a jumper wire here, we might be off to the races. Well, I gotta see what I can find. Alright, I've got a jumper wire here. I think we want to go from here. I think if we go from there to here, Oh, that's to activate the starter. Okay. Okay, that's not quite what I was thinking was going to happen there. That is from the key, but I'm thinking there should be some. Oh, maybe not quite thinking correctly here. So that's nice to know. Somehow we have to get. What if we hook this? What do you guys see here? Let's put this cap back on, I think. And then we're gonna hook this. Where is I'll block you guys. Fall, that's there. Try to get this. There we go. Okay, we got this cap back on. Now I think we want to take this, go avoid the fan. This should turn our coil on. Sparking, so might be good. Actually, let's turn that off. Let's get my spark plug back. I'd love to have this somewhere. I can set it like that again to see if that'll stay. Okay. Oh, I guess I can't use this for cranking in for. Oops. I smell gas. There's probably not a well. It's a good pump. Fuel pump's working, but that tank is probably not great. But hey, I guess maybe we'll just find out and see if it'll run on that. Okay, but we want to take a test. There's power there, obviously. Well, should be. Of course, I don't have a spark plug tester anymore. This will actually spark. We'll find some emery cloth. Maybe I can scratch this up enough. Somewhere years ago, Dad gave me a spark tester, but I ain't got time to go find that right now. Okay. Let's hope that was the issue. It wasn't. This is bolt. Oh, that's just probably a homemade manufactured battery hold down. Okay. The coil should be hooked up. No spark. No sparky. Okay. Put that back over there. Man, I was hoping the spark was just gonna go. So I gotta unhook this coil. Power at that. So that's I guess that's not actually the spark power, that's just the coil. I'm trying to remember if when I... Ooh, that's dry. That is dry. I'm trying to remember from watching videos if when I take this off, if I try and use a test light, if that's gonna like shock me bad. Oopsies. That was a bad choice. Well, may not be too bad. Actually, I don't have to touch anything. Just have to. Where does that? Oh, it's starting to get not dark out here, but it's starting to. We're starting to lose some light here. Let me get going. How is that? Coil not doing coil things? I think this should light up this bulb. I'm just scratching it all around in there to see if I can make a connection. But I don't think we're getting anything out of this coil right now. I think all I have to do to activate it is what I have now. Just that should be. I guess, yeah. Yeah, because then we aren't going to get spark if that's not working. Which it seems not to be. Does that only work when it's cranking? I don't think so, but... You guys are probably laughing at me right now, but I don't know what... I think that coil is no good. How do those work? Can I tap on it? Will that help it? Free those coils up in there. Can't hurt, can it? This thing doesn't work anyway. I might have to find a coil and try this another day. Running out of time today anyway. Yeah, I don't know, guys. What? Yeah, I don't know what to think here. I think our coil is no good. I was hoping we were going to get some spark here and hear it fire off a bit. I hear gas pumping up here. I could smell gas pumping. I could smell, you know what I mean. I could smell the gas, which means it was pumping when I was cranking it. I don't want to buy a coil, but I'm not, to be honest, my plan is not to use this engine because I know that it has issues. I was just hoping I can get it fired up and mostly I can make a good video out of it. So my thinking was of this truck, I wanted to, I was dreaming that I'd like to body swap it onto like a, what is that? I think a 2002
F350. Right now it has a 7.3 and automatic and 4-wheel drive dually. My thinking was body swap it with, like, put this body on there, maybe a 12 valve. That would just be awesome. Are we gonna get there? It'd be nice. It'd be fun. But spring's also coming. We gotta get ready for seeding and stuff too. So, but I figured this would be fun to try and get this thing running at least and see what comes of it. So, either way, I guess that'll be. I guess I'll have to make a part 2 of this because that coil is not working. Maybe I'll have to do some more research and see. Maybe it's not too hard to get a coil. Won't be too much money. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked it, like, comment, subscribe. That'd be awesome. Hoping to do some more fun vehicle videos. We got lots of stuff here we could mess around with. So, and I'm also hoping to haul some of this. Like these two, might haul them away to the scrap yard. I got too many vehicles around here, but I figured this one, it's been sitting here too long doing nothing. I think it would be pretty cool sitting on a newer frame. What do you guys think? Or we leave it on this frame and pull the sides off. We could just get it running and haul garbage around here. Maybe find some heads to put on it, because I think one of these heads is cracked. That'd be fun too. I don't think this thing has a lot of miles on it. But, oh, the seat's worn in a bit and stuff like that. But anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.